Hey guys, 4Pause here, and in today's video we'll be talking about improving yourself with your main and or champion pool for solo queue. With Season 5 quickly approaching, I expect most of you will be aiming to climb the ranked ladder, and hopefully this video can be super helpful with you achieving your goals. As we all know, solo queue works in a draft format. This means that apart from blue team's first pick, every other champion pick is not done blindly. Throughout all divisions there's a ton of reactionary picks that take place and hope to counter an opponent's pick. So in example, if blue team first pick Zed, then purple team might send Lulu mid to help prevent his assassinations and soft counter his playstyle. It is simple and nothing new, however because so many people do pick reactively in champion select, with a little pre-planning we can abuse them. Throughout the explanation of this process I will be using Riven as an example, but obviously feel free to apply this to your chosen champion. So the first stage is preparing for what champion pick you realistically expect to see in an attempt to counter you. In this graphic on your screen, I'm showing you some champions that I've identified as potential go-to counters for Riven. 3 easy ways for you to identify your potential counters are using your personal experiences via playing the game, check out guides for your champion, or counter websites' recommendations against your champion. After picking out your hardest matchups, consider the following for each individual potential counter. I'll use the Riven vs Renekton matchup in my examples. Could you adapt your mastery or rune page to deal with that specific matchup? In example, Riven may choose to opt for a defensive mastery page and rune setup against Renekton as they seek to scale to mid game. I have seen Riven main successfully cruise through the lane phase taking armor quints on 9-21-0 masteries so that they don't get bullied too much in the lane phase. Consider adapting your itemization, especially your starting item. Riven players love to get away with starting a longsword 3 pot, however to consistently perform best in this lane, cloth 5 pot is the go-to start. Equally, sustain may be prioritized, an example rushing a Vamp Scepter rather than a Brutalizer to keep up with Renekton's sustain. And lastly, decide on what approach you want to take in the lane. Going ham is Riven's nature, as a kid does offer a great amount of dueling potential, however so does Renekton's, and when it comes down to it, Renekton has more sustain. So the optimal playstyle for this lane phase is playing passively, which is unusual of Riven, but as soon as Renekton blows some cooldowns and makes a big mistake, Riven players may go ham. Upon running through these 3 steps for each champion counter you expect to face, you'll now have an advantage over your typical solo queue kid. You'll be prepared, and after playing these matchups a few times you'll be more experienced than that guy who picks a champion he is not comfortable with just to try to cheese his lane phase. Ultimately you'll become more confident in playing your worst matchups and consistently performing better in them, thus improving your chances of winning the game. As always, if you enjoyed this video or found it helpful, please feel free to leave a like down below and consider subscribing for future content. Thanks for watching, and until next time, take care guys.